Easy, people. I know it's been a while.
Careful. Don't hurt yourself.
This is DWOZ and Mr. Dizzy Drew, and it's been a minute, brother.
I'm not in love with my nickname. I'm not.
You don't
I
like that?
It. I like it. I don't love it.
Come on. How did that come about? Come on, give us a little something.
A guy I worked with, there was like another guy named Andrew, and he needed to differentiate between the two, so he gave me the nickname Dizzy Drew.
And you got this off a dude.
Yeah, and then he's like, Dizzy Drew, damn you. That's what he said.
Dizzy Drew, damn
Dizzy
you.
Drew, damn you. And then he is the guy that introduced me to what a dicky do is. And for those of those that don't know what a dicky do is, it was when I was a little bit bigger, and they said, you got a dicky do. I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, well, it's your belly sticks out further than your dicky do.
Yeah, that's not something you want to hear, my friend.
I know.
It's very...
It was a little embarrassing, but he was a young kid compared to me at the time, which still is.
That means you got to have a 8-inch.
Something like that.
Anyways, man, it's been a while. A lot of stuff going on. We had the holidays come in, the New Year's, kids' birthday parties. Man, so many things. I got a new job.
Yes, you did.
There's so many things going on, dude.
Good
How
for
have
you.
you been?
Congratulations. I've been doing all right. Just in general, the mortgage rates, boring. They're getting better. They're getting lower.
Are they?
Yeah. They're getting lower.
I need to buy one, dude, in LA County, brother.
I know.
You might need to help me.
I think I can do that. I think I can help you out. But yeah, no, things are picking up for us. Very busy. And that's kind of also led into why it's been so long since our last one. But ultimately, yeah, things are great. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. And I really wanted to talk to you, and I pulled you in a little early. I know that we wanted to kind of prepare a little bit more about this, but I got to tell you, something was just on my heart, man, and just killing me, because there's a topic out there that's pretty controversial, and it hit me, it hit close to home with me because, I don't talk a lot about the Marine Corps.
No, you don't.
And I was in the Marine Corps for a long time. And one of my old bosses, which was Apache 6, who we call our commanding officer, got out, and he became a police officer in Pittsburgh.
Okay.
And he was pursuing these two kids. I think they were 17. They're younger than 18, and they kind of coerced him or brought him into a field. And
kind of baited him in there.
Baited him, and he ran down. He saw the one kid, but he didn't see the other kid, and he shot him in the neck, killing
your boss, your Apache 6
Marine, U.S. Marine officer. His name is Larry Lassiter.
Yeah, you've never told me this.
And his mom, I've talked to his mom several times via text messaging, messenger, stuff like that. And Phyllis Loya, and she's a big advocate for the death penalty. And when you hear this hero, this hero's story, and this mother's love for her child, it's just unbearable. And I mean, we go back to morality, whether this is moral, unmoral, justified, unjustified. I mean, when you see stories like this, it's disgusting to me. Yeah. And, so I really wanted to talk to you about capital punishment in the U.S. today and where we stand as a society. Okay. You okay with that?
That's a good topic. Good topic. Yeah. I mean, I've got my own feelings about it and how it fits into the world at large, and ultimately, my own personal morals and how I feel about it, and trying to admit that what I feel today could change on a dime depending upon what happens. So
you're right. You know what? I can see emotions going to both sides of the house, but I got to tell you, serving with this guy, eating with him, doing missions with him. I mean, it's just everything about it. Training. And just one day he's gone by something like this. I'm personally vested, and it's all about justice to me. And as humans, we've been doing this since the dawn of time. Since humans, they've always executed people for doing wrongdoings, and now we set up the parameters, the bumper rails, or whatever. What qualifies for capital punishment? You know what I mean?
It was like the standard. It was almost like the default,
right,
for for punishment.
Yeah,
you know?
string them up, shoot them.
Not that fiction is reality, but I'm knee deep in the middle of Game of Thrones, which is exactly they lop heads off. That's what they do,
and they still do that today in some countries, and we'll get into that later. But I mean, oh my gosh, and you look at biblical, you look at religion, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, all these things back there, and then it kind of changes in the New Testament. But I mean, and even with Catholicism too, and even the popes before, I think it was 1952. I'm just going off the, Pope 12. He was okay with it, but then newer Pope said no, it's inhumane. So I don't know how that changed or whatever. But capital punishment, as you know, is it's called the death penalty, right?
Right.
And right now we have 27 U.S. states that are still honoring this thing. 23 have abolished it.
Abolished. Okay.
Yeah, and
California have it.
Yes, they do.
We do have it.
And it's 6 of them now. The 27 are subject to a moratorium. So I mean, and there's all these appeals that have to happen. You just can't.
The legal process is
insane, right?
Strung out, and it is super expensive.
Big time. And I even wrote down something about how much it costs or whatever, but it's about $3 or $4 million to put somebody to sleep, because a lot of times put them to sleep, to put them to death, excuse me. But a lot of times they have to go through 2 appeals, or 2, I don't know, hearings that relook at everything. And then eventually they get put to death if they can. Yeah. And then you have a lot of opposition. And that's where I come into play, where I don't understand a lot of these things.
You mean just the citizens are opposed to it, you mean, or opposition within the system? Opposition
with the citizens, opposition within the system, and opposition with the methods and the means. We'll get into that a little bit more.
Okay.
But I mean, going back to, like I was saying, there was 2 guys that were involved in this with my
particular story.
Yeah. U.S. Officer Larry Lassiter, and one of them was 4 days shy of his 18th birthday. Okay. And he was tried as an adult. Okay. So they're trying to go back, and his mom, Phyllis Loya, and I hope that I'm not
the mom of the victim,
the mother of the victim, the mother of my friend,
yes,
the mother of a hero. And I hope to her she's okay with me talking about this. Sure. But she's a huge advocate to, move forward with this,
right.
And she wants justice, for her and the family, because this was something really bad.
How many years ago did this happen?
2005. Pretty
so 20 years ago, 21 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. And she does have a GoFundMe, and it's called "Be My Battle Buddy for Justice."
Okay.
Be My Battle Buddy for Justice.
Check it out,
and it's on GoFundMe.
Okay.
The pros that people are talking about is it prevents additional crimes. It provides the justice and closure to the families, which I can understand.
Right.
I mean, everybody talks a lot of smack, and they say, and they have all these opinions. But if somebody took your child from you right now, what would you feel?
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, it's very difficult to sit there and tell somebody who is in the thick of it, right?
How could you be diplomatic at that time?
Hey, now's not the time. What are you talking about?
Well,
my son was just taken from me, right? So they have the emotions involved, changes their outlook completely.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of what I was alluding to earlier is I can tell you right now all day long, oh, no, we shouldn't kill him. It's too expensive. Just put him on life on parole or no parole, life, whatever, But then all of a sudden somebody does something to my kid.
Yeah.
And there's no death penalty.
The challenge is the absolute truth, right? The absolute truth is, did they do it?
Yeah.
Beyond a reasonable doubt. And the challenge is that there's a small, minute chance that you could put an innocent person to death. But I mean,
there is. That is also a pen. Yeah. That's also
and that's what people are
problem.
saying.
That is a problem. People that are on death row that could be innocent or are innocent, and there have been a lot of efforts that I've known about or heard about over the years, it's like the Innocence Project, I think, is one of them, and they go through people's cases that are on death row, and not just simply trying to get a guilty person off. They're specifically trying to, you know, there's the ones that are like, hey, there were 6 witnesses. The guy got caught red-handed with the axe in his hand. Like, those are those cases. They're not going after those cases.
Yeah.
They're going after the cases where it's like there was some circumstantial evidence.
All right. DNA stuff.
And the
whatever.
guy has always claimed that he never was not there, did not do it, you know, that kind of stuff. Those are the projects that they're going after those cases, right? But then there's the ones that are like, it's cut and dry. It's like, what are we doing here, right? Why are we? I get it. I understand. You don't want to, never want to kill an innocent person.
Yeah, but innocence to what degree? Because when you look at these cases, and I looked at a lot of these cases, and even though they may have not been to the degree, or excuse me, they were guilty of the degree that qualified for capital punishment. There were some circumstances that were in the gray area, but they were there.
Right.
They were in the act. And I mean, you have to have certain check marks or checklist in order to get capital punishment. And it's a serious offense. There's no going back. It's irreversible. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
there's no more appeals.
No, there's no more appeals after that. And we're also going to talk about, and I wanted to talk to you about the methods too, because some of them are inhumane and some of them are humane, or I don't even know if you'd say it's humane or inhumane, but I got to tell you, do you really give a fuck? Where was the humanity when this person was committing these acts? I mean,
a momentary lapse. Oh,
hey, well, my bad. Yeah. No, there's no my bad. That's somebody's child. That's somebody's friend.
Husband.
That's a future
relier.
Father, mother,
provider.
I mean, dude,
you're destroying lives.
You're destroying
not just taking one. You're destroying.
You're destroying
lives.
Families.
Yeah.
Memories.
Yeah.
I mean, these tears that these innocent, poor families have to deal with, regardless of the outcome of the decision of the person that committed the crime. It's got to be unbearable.
Yeah.
It's just got to be unbearable.
Do you mind, maybe now is not the time, do you mind getting more into Lannister's case?
Lassiter. Yeah.
Lassiter.
Yeah.
Lassiter.
You know what? I don't want to, and you can look it up. Larry Lassiter,
okay.
Pittsburgh.
Right. Look it up. Okay.
It's Pittsburgh, California, Pittsburgh Police Department. Frickin' stud. My friend. He led our scout platoon in the Marine Corps. We were all infantry knuckleheads. I mean, he was a stud. And I learned a lot from him. He chewed my ass a couple times.
Figuratively.
Yeah. No, I mean, hey, that's what bumper rails are for. I mean, he was my boss. You know, I wasn't perfect.
No, I got
And I was a young kid, and I was arrogant and full of piss and vinegar. And I mean, I don't want to make this about me because it's not about me.
Right.
It's about capital punishment. And
can we at least ask, where does the case stand right now?
Well, the kid keeps fighting.
So he's still
Should
alive.
I even say his name? I don't even want to give him the dignity.
I wouldn't put the name.
We'll just say A.H.
Right.
So you can look it up yourself.
The kid who shot him is still alive. And
he's in jail. Okay. He's on death row.
So he's been in there for 21 years.
He keeps trying to appeal. I guess he's going to be up for parole in 2039.
He has he's on death row, but he has parole?
Yeah, I guess they're going to relook at the case. See, I don't know a lot about that case. I don't want to. I don't want to speak to the case.
I don't want to get lost in the weeds.
Because what I'm getting is stuff from the internet. I'm trying to do some research, but I don't have the latest, and I don't really understand. And I think that if you really wanted to know, you can get in contact with those folks that really understand the case, and they have the latest. All I know is that they're trying to overturn it. They're trying to try him back as a juvenile versus an adult. Dude,
because
he
was 4 days shy of his 18th birthday. So therefore, because of those 4 days, he wouldn't be eligible for the death penalty.
No, you are.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, that's maybe
you have parameters and checklists that qualify you, and there's some areas where there's some states where the judge gives a sentence, and there's some states that state that the jury has to give the sentence.
They give them guidelines, and they say, do they meet these guidelines?
Yeah,
they meet the requirements.
The checks in the box.
Then they have to come back with it. Yeah, right.
So, I mean, like I said, the first recorded capital punishment was in 1608. It was for a guy named Captain George Kendall. It was for treason.
Okay. Ooh, well,
Yeah.
that's a good reason.
Firing squad. And we'll talk more about the firing
All
squad
right,
because that's
yeah.
crazy.
I know. You mentioned this to me earlier.
And it's still
eligible.
It's still eligible and
Right.
still serves as a second method. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not a primary, a second. And you're like, why do you have a second method? And we'll get into that more because believe it or not, you're going to need that. Yeah, because the first method is not.
Haven't we had a lethal injection?
I'll tell you, we're getting into that.
Okay,
we're getting into that because there's a reason behind that.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I know where that may start, but I hope you can tell me where it goes. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it goes to death.
No.
And that's what these efforts deserve. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
I want to talk about this.
I mean, this is something very emotional for me.
There's a ton to talk about.
Oh, man. And, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to oppose us and say that, it's inhumane and everything. And you know what? I for those people that would say something like that, I hope and I pray that you never have to experience a situation where you're faced with this, with a family member, especially your child or your spouse or your mother, your father. You know what I mean?
100%. So let me add on to that real quick. So a lot of what our society is today is we are, and I'm not trying to get political, I'm not trying to make a commentary, but we are death by empathy, right? We're empathetic to everyone to the nth degree with no limitations, right? And so criminals are being let out of jail. They're allowed to re-enter into society, and people that should not be. And this is one of those elements, not a normal criminal, but people that are going to murder again. Like it's not just about locking them up. Do they deserve to live? And that's really the question. So it's, I think, the symptom of a larger issue. But there's a lot of people in the United States who have never met evil. We live in a civilized society that they've never engaged. They've never met. They've never had to tussle, not physically, but like emotionally with evil, right? They live their life in relative ease, and they never have to like truly face it internally and question the morals and the whether or not they should they should pursue the death penalty for something like that, to really deal with the evil. And that's kind of where our society has gone to a certain point where they just have enough. And, those people have a say in our society as well.
Have you seen Evil?
Great question. Now that I just mentioned it.
I have.
No, I have not.
I have.
I bet you have. I bet you have.
It made me sick to my stomach. I could tell you exactly the last time I saw Evil. It was probably in 2017. I was driving down the 5, getting off. I was working in real estate development, and I got off Mission. Was it? I forgot the exit. It was down in Orange County, and I'm sitting there in traffic, and I see this guy park his truck, and he starts going across the bridge. And I finally realize he's going over traffic, and I get out of my car. I freaking heat the e-brake, open my car. I'm running down, sliding down the Ivy. You know how the on-ramp?
Yeah.
Sliding down the Ivy. I'm going towards him. I'm like, no. I'm out there trying to stop traffic. He jumps off the bridge in front of a truck in front of me. And I saw his body snap backwards, and he rolled him. And I stopped traffic. I was screaming on the phone, 911.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. And I walked up to the body.
Uh-huh.
And I saw his face. I saw his body. It did not look human. The energy I felt from that pile that was just mashed up, and it was just gray, had
death.
I don't even know what you'd call it, but I just felt evil. What makes somebody
do that?
And I was talking to him. I was yelling at him, stop. And without hesitation, that fucker just jumped in front of him. And the guy that hit him, this Mexican dude.
Poor guy.
And he was in a truck that was delivering. I mean, that thing was weighted down.
Oh, he couldn't stop.
He rolled him and snapped him. I mean, it was just, he didn't even have a round head. It was flat almost. It was almost like somebody was wearing a suit. Like how you throw like a mask and a suit down. It was so crazy.
Yeah, I gotcha. Deflated.
Yeah. Here, and I'm an idiot. I'm out there in the middle of the freeway directing traffic until the cops get there.
So
and
you
then
saw this
absolutely 100%
from up top, and
and I slid down. It happened probably 30, 40 feet from me, and then once everything was good, and the cop was like, "Hey, you're good. Let me get your address." I just went to the side. He goes, "Just over there, sit on the car." And I go, because my adrenaline was just fucking pumping, bro.
Yeah.
I just started vomiting again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
it was
I
bad.
bet I would. I guarantee you I would. Guarantee you I would.
Let's talk a little bit about capital crimes.
Okay.
So aggravated murder was something, right? So it's got to be murder with something, and it's got to be like a robbery.
Okay.
Rape.
Another crime.
Yeah, police officer, kidnapping, something.
Okay.
You can get it for, I think it's murder in the first degree, meditated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Planned it.
Yeah. Kidnapped.
Mm-hmm.
Thought it out, shot somebody. Charlie Kirk thing, that guy's up for the death penalty.
Yeah.
Crimes against the state too, treason, espionage, drug trafficking's new. But if you do a lot of drug trafficking, big time, you're up on the show.
We snatched Venezuela dude. What's his name? Maduro.
Yeah.
I can't imagine he's not going to be up for it.
I don't know about something like that. I don't really know it. That's a political thing, right? I don't know. Politics get involved in all this stuff, and you have all these these fuckers that make these decisions on the direction of the sentencing.
Mm-hmm.
They have no business. It's all about politics, and their whole movement and their whole passion is who the fuck is going to vote for me.
Oh, right.
If I do this or I don't.
The motivation is to get reelected.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's bullshit.
Which way is the wind blowing?
Yeah.
Right.
That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah. It's spineless. That's why, we don't want politicians in politics.
Right?
You know what I mean? Term limits. Put term limits. The whole idea is to serve your country, to serve your community, do your term, and then get out. Not a career politician.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
But the morality or the moral obligation we have. Do we have a moral obligation for these POSs? And I'm just going to call them POSs because I think that's a good.
That sums it up.
That sums it up, right?
Yeah, right.
You are not a human person,
right?
By the actions that you have done. There's several ways that we have legally put into the process to eliminate somebody, right, for a capital punishment.
Right.
And 5 of the main ones are lethal injection.
Okay.
You have electrocution.
Yep.
You have firing squad.
Yep.
Hanging. And lethal gas.
And gas.
Do
you have any idea what the gas is?
Yeah, I do. I know all about this stuff.
Wow.
I've been reading about it for a couple of weeks, and I told you I was passionate about this.
Yeah.
I was just afraid to do it because I don't want to disrespect my old boss, my leader.
Sure.
And I don't want to disrespect his mother and his family.
No, I get that.
And his wife and his son.
His family, anybody who's...
And his son. I wrote his son a letter, and I sent him a coin. In the Marine Corps, coins are a big deal. I sent him a coin of our scout platoon.
Okay.
And I just said, hey, your dad was my hero. He was my leader. And I sent him a coin. Getting back to this, and I'm sorry, I get a little emotional about this, and it means a lot to me personally. But let's start with the first one, lethal injection, which is the primary way
for capital punishment.
Yeah, for capital punishment. The challenge is that we have a lot of problems with it because they can't get the drugs.
Oh.
Okay.
What, are they foreign, or are they just not approved, or?
Because of the drug companies finding out that you're utilizing their drugs to euthanize or to kill a human being. They don't want that
liability.
They don't want the A on their chest, right?
Yeah.
With the circle.
Yeah.
So, and it's really interesting the way they do this, because they're starting to find out now, and the moral obligation we have, I guess, but I don't see it as a moral obligation. I don't really care about these POSs, but there's 3 parts to this. You have a sedative, right? That's going to put you under and make you go bye-bye. And then you have a paralytic.
Yep.
which is going to stop you from moving.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to stop your heart. It's going to stop your breathing. It's going to stop everything.
Okay.
Okay. And then you have potassium chloride, which is going to stop your heart.
Uh-huh.
Okay. But you have a lot of challenges with that because, you know, you can have IV users, heroin addicts, all these people. You can have the veins collapse on you. You can have poor,
Yes.
you know, even after the paralytic goes in or even the sedative, the
Yes.
barbiturate goes in, you know, you can have veins collapse. That they've had a lot of challenges with this.
And they can't deliver the killer blow, and the guy or the girl is just sitting there, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And something that's supposed to last 8.4 minutes ends up lasting hours. But again, do I give a shit?
Okay.
Did you care when
Right.
you were murdering somebody's child?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or raping somebody? Or
Yeah.
robbing somebody?
Right.
Kidnapping? Do I really give a shit? It's tough. But, you know, recent studies have shown, and this is a big one that's a big people that are against it, is when they're doing their autopsies, they're finding out their lungs are full of blood.
Mm.
And they're finding out that because you give a sedative and a paralytic, they can still, their mind is still awake.
Right. But they're drowning or?
They're drowning. They said it's like liquid fire. They said it would feel like liquid fire going in your veins to your heart.
Oof.
Again,
Who cares?
what do I care?
What do you care?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for all those, I don't want to say people that oppose my views, but people that do, they have some sort of empathy for these folks.
Yeah, they do. In society, there are people that I don't care what they did. Like it does not enter.
But you're wired. If you are a sociopath and you take another person's life without remorse, without
Right.
emotion
remorse.
or
Just
feeling,
no remorse. Just
you
no
rape
feeling.
somebody, you do something, you kidnap,
Never apologize
torture.
for it. Yeah. You're getting sentenced. You're just kind of like,
What type of please educate me. Somebody, please send me some material how you can educate and turn these people around. To me, you're.
I don't know that
We should put them all on an island, let them go at it.
Yeah, I don't know that you can.
I don't know.
That's crazy.
It's absolutely crazy. So the drug companies do not want to send this. So there's a lot of like Pfizer and all these other ones that they just won't send it. And they're in their contracts. And the states are stepping in and saying, you know, we're going to back these people up because business is business.
Uh-huh.
And they'll say, if you want these medications and drugs for your medical purposes, to help in your hospitals, operations, stuff like that, you will not use these to euthanize or kill people. So they're screwed.
Interesting.
Then you got electrocution.
Okay.
Which is crazy.
That's nuts.
That is crazy. And that's probably one of the older ones, right?
Mm-hmm. The electric chair.
Electric chair.
Give them the electric chair.
But the electric chair is so crazy because when they take these guys or gals back and when they're doing their autopsies, et cetera, every place where they have the electrodes or where they have the leather straps on, it singes all the way to the bone. Ooh. It is absolutely crazy. So you have 2 electrodes, right? So the main thing is for you they want to electrocute your heart and your brain.
Okay.
Right. So they have electrodes underneath your leather cap.
Yeah.
And they have electrode on the bottom lower portion of your back.
Okay.
And with those electrodes have to have a sponge, right?
Yeah.
So that sponge has to have a certain amount of humidity or moisture.
Right.
So too wet, right?
It doesn't work?
No, too wet, it's going to short circuit a little bit. And too dry, you're going to have resistance and it's going to be too low. So it's got to be right in the middle. And they got to shave you from head to toe. They got to have a clean shot at your skin. So there's a lot of factors in there, right? And then you have voltage. You have voltage versus your weight, height, fat content. All these things get factored in.
I think a lineman touches the line the wrong way and he's he's done. He's
Oh
out.
no, this is only 2,000 volts. You're
Right.
talking 28 kV. You know, I mean, 12.
Why don't they do that? Why don't they do that?
People up, you know, they have to kill them humanely.
Oh my God.
Humanely?
I don't even know if that's
Right?
that doesn't make any sense to me.
It doesn't make sense.
Crank that thing up to 11.
Fucking.
Just
I know, and I know you're
turn it
making
up
fun of
to
it. You're
11.
right. That was a little spinal tappy. I like that. But I mean, yeah, I'm all for that. Fucking, how fun. Hey, run it in series. Fucking light them up, baby.
Oh yeah, you need to salt the food, so you don't
Hey.
put a little bit of salt on. You salt the food. You put the whole thing. Just freaking crank it up.
I got
Put that
some
kid to
weird
sleep.
ways I would easily
I don't know.
just go
I don't know. This doesn't seem.
pop a little piece of dynamite in there, light it, and let them run off. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit. I mean, these people didn't care about your family.
Or the firing squad.
Yeah.
I think the firing squad. It's pretty instant.
Yeah, but the firing squad, you know, that you're right. You're right. But there's been some cases where I don't know how. So you got 5 guys, right? And they're using law enforcement or correctional folks.
Mm-hmm.
You got 5 guys, and 4 of them have a live round. One of them has a blank, right? Because I mean, I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. No, it's the plausible deniability.
Yeah, plausible deniability, right? And they put a bag over your head, and they put the little patch right over your heart, and everybody goes right for that sucker, and they boom, boom.
They don't
boom.
do it in the head; they do it in the heart.
No, I don't know why. You have a triangle here.
Yeah,
between your eyes and your nose. You hit anything like that, it's instant death.
Yeah.
But why? Because the family wants to have an open casket or what? And was he thinking about that when he killed you? I keep going back to this, but I'm talking about why people are opposing these certain ways to kill somebody, but I'm thinking about how I would feel. I wouldn't care. But that's why we have all this opposition. Hanging. Hanging's crazy.
That seems
so Wild West, right?
Yeah.
But you know what? Think about this. There's a lot of problems that happen with hanging. So what's the purpose of hanging somebody?
Well, when you drop them, you can snap their neck.
Okay, good.
And that's done.
Okay.
And then there's just the choke. And,
okay.
And then they struggle for 5 minutes.
So let's talk about the opposition on that.
All right.
What if they're too high? They're too high and they weigh too much. What's going to happen?
It could break?
No.
What?
It's coming off.
Oh, the head could come off.
The head comes off.
Okay.
And if it's too low,
it doesn't snap it.
No, and they strangled it.
Strangled it. Okay.
Yeah. And oh my gosh, that's inhumane.
Yeah.
I'd say let that fucker hang for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck him.
Mm-hmm.
Relieve him and do it again. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Let him feel that or her, whatever. But yeah, so that's a big deal. So if you got some big heavyweight dude and you bring him up 6 feet instead of the typical 4 feet, guess what's for dinner? Yeah, it's kind of gross, right? But I mean, who cares?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care.
It's serving justice.
Justice.
Serving justice.
That we feel is justice.
That's what I say. Like we're not there's a lot of people that agree with that, and there's a lot of people that don't.
And you guys, please comment if you don't. I mean, that's fine. We all have a vote, right? So I'm going to say what I'm going to say.
Yeah,
we go into Baskin Robbins.
Yeah,
I'm going to get my ice cream. You get your ice cream. You know what I mean? And I know this is a touchy subject, but I mean, it's not. I mean, it's something that we all have to deal with. So
yeah, I personally don't have the connection to it like you do. But I, like I said at the top, I mean, if somebody did something to my kid, I don't know, and
baby boys,
and let's say all of a sudden, there's no death penalty and they're getting let off,
and you have these people that are family members go in there and they shoot the fucker as they're coming out.
There's been videos where
and they get off. Yeah. And you know why?
Because you can't get them to convict you.
I got to tell you, if God help me, if anything ever happened, I would go. You'd have to put me in a straitjacket. I mean, for somebody that has the strength like Phyllis Loya, I mean, to advocate for the death penalty and to stay on this and to educate other people, what a solid human being. What a lady.
Yeah, right.
And a mother. I mean, and she's looking at everyone in the United States. I mean, unfortunately, that horrible thing happened to her son. But I mean,
yeah,
dude, a heart just swells for her. The last one's lethal gas.
Okay.
Now, back in the day, they used to have that cyanide, right?
Okay.
They used to use cyanide, right? They drop it in the
cyanide
whatever.
is a gas.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they used to just
CIA would take a cyanide pill. Is that the same? That's not the same thing.
I'm not a.
Okay. You're not a spook.
I'm not a freaking chemist, bro.
But okay, so the poisonous gas.
Yeah, but now they're doing what do they call it? Nitrogen. So they're kind of getting you like little lightheaded, kind of get you to pass out, slowly take away the oxygen. Because, like, what are we breathing right now? It's like 70% nitrogen.
Yeah.
We're floating between 19 and 23% oxygen, whatever, and then a bunch of other little crap in there.
Carbon and little stuff.
But you're kind of taking away the oxygen and kind of slowly asphyxiating them. So,
just like turning on your car in the garage.
Yeah.
And that you slowly. I mean, that seems pretty humane.
I don't know. They always say they're always saying that when you talk about gas. Excuse me, sorry about that, guys. When you're talking about using lethal gas, there's two ways to kill somebody: poison gas, and then they have asphyxiation.
Okay. Yeah.
So
yeah.
Now they're moving towards asphyxiation because they think the poisonous is inhumane.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I mean, that seems pretty humane. Of all of the choices, just go to sleep. Deprive yourself of oxygen, and you go to sleep and don't wake up, and then your brain goes dead.
But I don't understand that. How do you, and you even talk about lethal injection, because I've been in, when I got oh my gosh, I don't want to, I'm not trying to use this as anything. I'm just using this as an example so I can understand. When I had my colonoscopy, and I picked you up for your colonoscopy
yes,
too.
You did.
It was like count to 6, 1, 2, 3. Next thing I wake up and I'm fighting on the table, right?
Right.
So I mean, it's like I don't even
fart.
remember it. So how would these fuckers even know? I mean, that's humane enough, and I'm sure, I'm confident that they're not giving me the same barbiturates as a sedative as they're giving these piece of shits. Right.
Yeah, I get you. Like, there's general anesthesia. Why can't we just give them general anesthesia and then kill the body? Like, why? What's wrong with that? Why do they have to be alive or awake to be able to be cognizant of what we're doing? That's an interesting take. I mean, why is that? But
cognizant, right? Cognizant. And it goes with the yin and the yang. The yin and the yang is what some people think is a balance, but it's more of the mind and the spirit between your inner world and your outer world. And it all goes back to Eastern philosophy, especially with like harikari, seppuku. So you're severing. That's why they do that. You're severing your inner and your outer world. That's why they do that. And then they lop the head off after you have done that yourself. Yeah. So you're doing that yourself. Right. It's a way to bring yourself back with dignity.
Okay.
So, and I don't know who those people were, but oh my gosh.
Does seppuku still happen in Japan?
Shit, I don't know. Do I look fucking Japanese?
No.
Thank you. So since 1976, we've had 1,472 executions, bro.
Okay. That seems more in line.
So check this out. 3 by firing squad, 3 by hanging, 11 by gas, 158 by electrocution, and the rest, which is 1297, by lethal injection. Those statistics were from 1976 to today.
That's crazy. That is so, I'll be honest. Yeah. Not that I'm thinking about it like, I haven't heard about anybody getting killed, but I do hear all the time, so-and-so is on death row and blah, 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 but they're not, I never hear about them dying. Right. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to think, well, in my mind, have I heard of somebody dying? And I'm like, maybe I haven't. Wow. I can't believe it's been
and
that
3%
long.
We have botched. So there's botched. There's people that live through electrocution.
That's
there's
like
people
30 of how many were there? 1,200 people?
Yeah, but I mean, not all. A lot of them from the chemicals, the lethal injection. A lot of them, you know what I mean?
The collapse.
There's one guy that lived during the firing squad. I don't know how, but I mean, holy crap, he lived. It's not funny. I don't mean to laugh, but I mean,
Did
holy
they go
shit.
back up and kill him again?
Oh yeah,
They took care of business.
Yeah. I don't think they put him too lightly on the gurney after that. You know,
No.
slammed him down or whatever, or her, or whatever it was.
Right.
So, but I mean, let's talk about morale.
Okay.
Is it inhumane? I mean, the Catholic Church changed their opinion after Pope 12. I mean, how do you change your opinion? It says in the Bible, let the governments do, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
and God puts those people in government positions.
This is the pivot point. This is where people have issues with it is, yes, that person is evil. Yes, that person did an evil act. And I may be, may hate that person and not ever want them to exist, but that their religion and their morals, they come into play, and they have to balance that. They have to be okay. They have to live their life. Some people, probably the two of us, would say, I couldn't live my life if that person lived, right? If that person got to live the rest of their life, even if it was in a jail. That guy is still making friends. He's still watching movies. He's still, he's locked up, but he's still living, right? And to me...
Why does he get that opportunity?
Right. He took that opportunity away and destroyed lives.
He destroyed...
But yet he gets to just hang out in a max security prison. That side of you, people could not live with themselves because that guy got to live. The other side are, if that person lost his life, it's tragic enough that someone lost their life, or many people lost their lives because of the one person, but it's even more tragic, or just as tragic, if he were to lose his life and they couldn't live with themselves. They have that moral tussle. They can't kill that person. That's not justification for them. That's not morality for them. That does not jive with how they view their worldview. So that's where the rubber hits the road.
But it's all about justice, right? And the problem is, and I was listening to some person on the internet, and they were saying, what's the wrong question? The wrong question is, what good would it do? What good would it do?
To kill somebody?
Yeah. That's the wrong question. I think the right question, what he said was, what bad has been done?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that doesn't change. What's done is done. You can't change that. You have two types of people that deserve the death penalty. You have that cold, callous, the wonton killer.
I don't know the wonton killer.
I mean, it's just cold and callous, right?
Got it. Okay.
And wanton, not wonton, wanton killer.
Got it.
And then you have that sadistic killer, the guy that just he rapes and tortures and murders and emotionally disconnected, and he's thrilled and he's excited.
Gets enjoyment out of it.
He gets enjoyment out of it.
Mm-hmm.
The cold, callous person, they're both sociopaths. I mean, how could you do something that's an innate feeling, emotion that we have to kill another person?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you going to do? I don't know.
I think sort of something I was thinking about this as you clarified we were going to be talking about this. Because in America, you have a legal system that's set up to be able to, for people to make the argument, hey, we can't kill these people, right? Changing minds with politicians and votes and of the public at large. But you have societies, their culture doesn't stand for that shit. They do not stand for that liberalized effort to just keep people. Oh, you did what?
Fuck around and find out.
Knock that. Knock that shit off.
Let's talk about that.
There's societies out there that do that with regularity.
Let's talk about the world.
Okay.
Who do you think the number one person?
Middle East.
Okay, the number one country that has the most executions year after year.
I would say Saudi Arabia.
They're on the list, but they're not number one.
Number one. Okay.
I don't want to play a guessing game because I don't want to make this fun.
No, I hear you. No, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Sure, tell me.
It's China.
Okay.
They have 1,000+, and you know what? I'm sure North Korea has a lot too, but there's no way we can get the. How are we going to get the information from that? So China's got over 1,000.
Those people just disappear.
Yeah,
they just they're done.
The next is Iran. Yeah. After that is Saudi. Then you have Iraq, and then Yemen.
Yeah,
but I got to tell you, they're a little bit harsher. Okay. So, especially Saudi, Yemen, and Qatar.
Oh, they do stonings and stuff?
They do beheadings.
Ooh.
Public beheadings.
Is it a guillotine or a...
No, a sword. Public beheadings.
Straight up Game of Thrones.
Yeah. So think about that. Let's start doing that in fucking America. You want to fucking shoot a cop? You want to fucking shoot or rape a person? We're going to bring you out in front of everybody and lop your head off.
Put it on TV.
Yeah. Think about that.
Scary, dude.
I mean, I hate to use that tactic, but hello, you want to be a socialist?
Is it?
I mean, socialist. I mean, oh my gosh.
Sadistic?
No, sadistic and a sociopath.
Yeah.
I mean, a socialist. I'm sorry.
I know what you meant. But there's the element of taking the punishment and making it a deterrent.
Yeah.
To the behavior.
Yeah.
This is what you do. Like people who steal stuff, they lose a hand in some of those societies. I don't know specifically which ones, but from maybe I'm just reading into Hollywood too much or believing what I've been told, but I think that's still the case. And they, that's a deterrent. You're going to steal? Going to lop a hand off. You're going to rape some small child? We're going to lop your head off in this public square.
What are you going to do? I don't even understand that when you say that. Rape a child.
Yeah, that's not in my my computer. My brain doesn't compute that either.
I don't even, how can I fix you?
We have children.
How can I fix you?
We have children. Oh, yeah, seriously. And then there's the element of, okay, you did what?
You repented. Okay. You'll always have that urge, whatever that is. I don't get that.
Yeah. It's
right.
We live in a civilized society, right? We live in 2026. And I'm just playing devil advocate here. The desires of procreation, I think, are just, I don't want to say natural. They're animalistic, right? They're instinctual.
You're talking about our sexual desires?
No, not just the average Joe in 2026 sexual desires. I'm talking about the animalistic sexual desires to procreate, but that isn't really procreation. That's just pure, right? It's just pure sexual activity, right? Pure jolly, as I would say in 1980s, and having no, that's the wires are crossed, in my opinion. Yeah. The wires are crossed there because you're not doing that thinking it's gonna. What are you gonna gain by it? Right?
It's purely sexual desire.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. It's not a procreation thing.
Even murder, anything like that. Right. You know what I mean? It's just, it's I don't know. I don't understand what's wrong with you.
Well, we talked earlier a little bit about this, and I think we both kind of agree, like, what limitation would you and I have, or would a person have, knowing that they just saw their kid get killed, right? In the moment. Not like 3 weeks later, not a month later, but in the moment, and seeing my child lose his life, and it was preventable, and
it's hard for me to listen to you say that.
I know, and it's my biggest fear, without question, my biggest fear. And we wake up every day, setting out our lives to go and to protect our children and protect them through support and through earning a living and putting a roof over their heads, all that stuff, right? And it's what's motivating and keeps us going. And just somebody just to lolly-dolly end that, right? To end that pursuit. I don't know what limitation I would have. It would have to be whatever physical limitation I have, right? Whatever God has said, yeah, you don't have the strength to do that. And I would not know what that limitation was until I attempted it. You know what I mean?
But I got to tell you, if something like that happened, I would just exhaust all my energy just to destroy that being.
Correct. That's what I'm getting at.
And yeah.
The limitation would be physical. It'd be
it would be just ugly. So I'm gonna leave you with two things. I mean, we talked a lot about it. This is not us. This is so serious.
Yeah.
We're usually joking around and poking at each other.
But still a damn good conversation.
Great, good conversation. I want to leave you with the capital offenses in Saudi Arabia and the Arab nations that warrant a beheading.
Okay. Wow. I wonder how light these are.
Apostasy. It's against religion, against,
to be an apostate.
Yeah. Is that what it is? I don't know.
Yeah. I think
it's against religion. If you, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And then treason, homosexuality, espionage, murder, rape, terrorism, drug smuggling, armed robbery, blasphemy, burglary.
Hold on. Blasphemy.
Yeah.
So saying something negative about the Prophet?
Islam? Yeah.
About Islam, about Muhammad?
I don't know.
That's punishable by death.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I'm sure it's got to be like public or something like that.
Yeah, I guess. But still, that's pretty,
adultery.
Okay. But are men subject to the same, I think women are men. I'm not, getting at, like, I think.
It's a sentence to stoning too for adultery.
I was going to say there's another one. Stoning is definitely out there. That happens all the time.
Damn.
I think they do that pretty often, actually. Oof. You imagine? Although you get a good couple one in the head, you're done, and you're done for anyway. Oop, that's pretty nasty.
Sorcery. And then,
sorcery.
Waging war on God. That's crazy, though. I mean.
Wow.
So, and I just want to end this, because, I've been thinking a lot. And when I started doing a lot of research, and believe it or not, my platoon commander kept coming up when I was researching all this stuff.
Really? Like
in his mom's advocacy towards this.
Really?
It just wrenched my gut, man.
Yeah, I bet.
And my family. And I told my wife, and I just, and almost in tears several nights. And I mean, it's warranted. Every tear that I dropped for Larry and his family, I mean, is warranted.
Yeah.
Like I said, once again, I want to reach out and I want to provide everybody the GoFundMe. It's Be My Battle Buddy for Justice. Good. And it's Phyllis Loya, his mother.
I'm gonna go Google it when I get home. I'm gonna go figure out what's going on and try and get into the story a little bit and see why.
I'm gonna
21 years later.
I'll donate. I'm gonna donate tonight. Yeah, so
I'll do the same.
And I encourage everybody out there to donate because this is a worthy cause for justice in our society.
Right.
And this has to stop. So. Anyways, brother, I don't even know how to end this because I'm just
not our normal.
I just want to hug you right now.
Right.
I just feel a little, I feel a little hurt and empty because I mean, this is the life we live, and we wake up every morning. We want to have a good day's work and be a good human, dude. And things like this are happening in our society, and it's tough for us. So
yeah, I hear you. If only the pain and the suffering and the emotional. The lives destroyed would be put back together by killing the perpetrator, if only it was that simple, but it's not. And
even after there's still shit going on because you ruin somebody's life.
Yeah.
And you know what I tell my kids, and I want to leave you with this. I told my children, my goal for them is when they finally meet God and they get up into heaven, I said, I want you to tell God, I squeezed that sponge and I experienced everything you had in life.
Oh, there you go.
The beauty. I tasted every food. I have loved.
Yeah.
I fell in love.
Yeah.
I love my parents. I was a good son. I was a good father.
Mm-hmm.
I saw all, I vacationed. I went everywhere.
Yeah,
and I was a good person.
Got to experience everything.
And I got to experience everything you provided for me. And I want to thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And I love you.
Right on, man.
So,
appreciate it.
All right, brother. We'll end this. I'm not going to play the music, brother. It just wouldn't seem right in this situation. But let's talk again, man. This is really good. It's kind of a turn. We gotta get back to.
Well, maybe it'll be funny on the next one. Try and be jokesters on the next one.
Yeah.
But yeah, for this one, let's let it go. So anyway, peace out, y'all.
See you guys.
Take it easy.
Take care.